So now that we have the knowledge about arrays and objects, let's review a topic that causes a lot of confusion between JavaScript developers. So for example, we're gonna const in arrays and objects. So for example, if we have a const variable, const name equals to 1, in this case, we send this value to the console, name, you can see it's working just fine. But if you wanna add something like name equals Pablo, in this case, this is going to print an error because a constant cannot be reassigned. So let's review, for example, creating an array. We're gonna add const name and we're going to add 1, 2, 3. We're gonna add something like new array. Remove this and like that. So you can see that the array is working and is printed right there. So for example, there is a lot of confusion between developers because when you create an array using the const, a lot of developers think that this value cannot be changed, but you can change these values individually. So for example, if you add something like new array at the position 0, you can add something like new element in the array. An array like this. You can see that we have new element in the array. You can also add something like new array that push something new. And now you can see we have a new element in the array and also we have something new. So when you have a const variable and you have an array, you can override the values, but you need to access them individually. What is forbidden, for example, is if you add something like this, new array equals to 9, 8, and 7. This is going to cause an error because you are assigning this whole array into the array and you cannot do that. But if you access the values individually, of course you can override these values. If I remove this, I saw something really weird. Yeah, we have push right here. Push should be inside parentheses. That was my error. You can see now we have something like this. Open this and I can see we have something new. But you can continue adding or removing elements in the arrays. You can pass, for example, all the methods that we saw previously when we were working with arrays. So the same goes for objects. If you add something like const card, and then you create an object, name, we're gonna add Mustang. Let's add an engine, something like 6.4. Not really sure if that's the engine of the Mustang. If we add console log.car, you can see that we have name Mustang and the engine 6.4. If you add something like this, for example, car.name equals to Challenger, this is going to override the value. You can see we have Challenger and the engine is going to be the same. But again, you have to access the value individually. If you want to reassign this car equals to a whole new object like this, name a new car, engine, something like 2.0, is going to cause an error because you cannot reassign the whole variable. You can only assign the values, but you have to access these properties again by their own, for example, the name or the engine. So that's going to be really important. So in the next video, let's see how you can create your own functions in JavaScript. So let's continue in the next video.